Okay, they just here for years, it's the Mizzle show. Always checking in, cause you know we love sports. Hey, they just hit 100 subs, it's time they get some out. Hey, yo, just two brothers, yeah, y'all. Come tune in, they got guests, they got others, yeah, y'all. Come sit and chat, they got talks like no others, yeah, y'all. Cause it's a family up in here, we love each other, yeah, y'all. Let's do this Saturday night, yeah. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show.
Hey!
Hi.
Hi. Uh-oh. Is somebody experiencing a little bit of internet technology already? So, I guess while my brother is having a little bit of issue, I'll say, yo, what's up, the prodigy? How's it going, cousin? Thank you for always chiming in and always being one of the first to always show love when you come on. But sorry, as I had to step away for a second and pay attention to something. But thank you guys for chiming in on this not so late night edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show. We are live and direct at 9:48 p.m. So it's not a night owl edition. So thank you for chiming in, as my brother seems like he's having a little bit of technical difficulties. But how is everybody feeling on this NFL tampering that's going to start here in a few hours? Monday starts the tampering part of the NFL free agency, to where agents and players can negotiate a deal and sign to a deal, but it won't come official until Wednesday when the official league year opens up. So we are close to tampering, and I'm so excited about to see how this tampering is going to go, with players signing here, players signing there. Deals already been made already. I mean, we just seen DK Metcalf get traded to the Steelers. Oh, baby. So as my brother comes in and chimes in as we can get going, but whoever the Steelers quarterback is going to have a weapon as a wide receiver. But let's get this thing on the road as my brother makes his way back
in. Help, it's gonna help George Pickens.
That's 100% too. That's 100%. I mean, tampering is over for real. All the key free agents picked up. Not necessarily, though, cousin. Not necessarily. There's still a few out there that can still go off and sign. But the thing about it is, the players that are signing right now, they got all right cut from their team, which gave them the right to go sign somewhere else. They're not restricted free agents. Only restricted free agents can sign a tampering deal starting tomorrow. And when the league year starts Wednesday, they can sign. So there's still a lot of free agents out there that can still be picked up. As for 2 seconds, my brother came in and clearly something's going on his end of the side of the internet. But yes, wow. DK Metcalf traded to the Steelers. Geno Smith traded to the Raiders. There will be another Bosa in Santa Clara. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait till my brother gets his ish together on his side of the line so he can get in here and talk about that situation. We got all kinds of things happening in the basketball NBA playoff race. The Warriors just continue to roll. The Lakers are rolling, but they took an L to Boston. LeBron pulled his groin, and he's going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks. My goodness, this sports is about to get real insane. We have March Madness. We have ones going down. This is just a tremendous time for sports. And if you're a sports fan, buckle up, because this is where it gets real. This is where we ramp up on our side of the doing shows. This is just one spectacular thing. We got baseball coming back. They're in the mix of their spring training. Both the brothers in Frisco. It is not San Francisco. They play in Santa Clara. Get that right. But yes, it's looking like there will be a deal. They're working on something right now. There's been good conversations from both parties, and I believe the Niners will be signing Joey Bosa to play along with his brother Nick Bosa. So we will get something spectacular per se in the NFL. But if you ask certain Niner fans, they're not happy with this. But certain Niner fans are. I told Dub and our other fellow, I don't know, you know what? A family member of the show who comes on, I told JP, who's also a Niner fan, I said, you guys are going to get Joey Bosa, and that's going to happen. You guys just have to live with it. You're not going to be happy about it, but he is going to be there. And for sure, right now, I think they're just trying to find out how the contract can go. To me, I believe it should be a 1-year deal because he cannot stay healthy, and you don't want to give he can't stay healthy. Joey Bosa cannot stay healthy. That's one thing. He collects a lot of money, but he's never on the field. I can't tell you the last. That's why I wish my Dub was here, because he can tell you the last time that he played a full season, and he was not even in double-digit sacks. So when your health is not good, you can only get a team will probably give you a 1-year deal, and he's probably going to get the vet minimum per se. Probably would approve a deal with a lot of incentives, because again, like I said, he can't stay healthy. But if he could stay healthy and could produce, the Chargers wouldn't have cut him. Let's look about that. The Chargers wouldn't have cut him if he was healthy, because when he's healthy, he's a pretty decent football player. But his health, your availability, you have to be available. That's in all sports. You can all the way down from baseball, soccer, hockey. If you're not available, I'm not going to pay you. And especially if you're trying to ask for a ton of money and you're trying to be a top tier player, but you're not here for the team. So we'll see how that works out. The Niners are intrigued. It seems like the Bosa camp wants to happen. Mama Bosa wants to happen, of course, because now she can only travel to one place, to watch her boys play. So I get it. And let's see, as we hear chime with EJ, he'll be with his brother. I think that'll help keep up with his workout and staying. Well, you can work out and stay in shape, but when you get on that field to play, shit happens. You play in this world of football where injuries, freak accidents can happen left or right. And welcome back, sir.
Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
Okay.
You look good.
Well, thank you. First off, Joseph Anthony Bosa, you make my name look bad for it being your middle name, number one. Number two, as much as I don't want it to happen,
yes.
if it does happen, here's why I don't want it to happen. Because, again, the man only had 5 sacks this past season. Hasn't had a double-digit season in sacks since 2021. Even though he was voted to the Pro Bowl this past season, which is the 5th time he's been selected to the Pro Bowl. But we all know
Are we really going to start counting? The Pro Bowl ain't been shit since they left Hawaii.
Here's why I'm doing the bunny quotations, if you will.
The last time the Pro Bowl was taken serious was when Sean Taylor ran over the punter. Because somebody told him that this was an exhibition. He thought, we put pads on, we're playing fucking football. So that's probably the last time that the Pro Bowl was serious. So if anybody gets voted to the Pro Bowl, whoop-de-fucking do. You're not playing a real actual fucking Pro Bowl game. You're going to go up there and play.
Okay. Now,
I can't find the word I'm looking for.
Now, for example, like I said, the last time he played a full slate of games was the 2021 season. After that, 5 games in 2022, 9 games in 2023. Which, yes, folks, if you want to buy these wonderful shirts that we are wearing.
Holy shit. Let me tell you this. I did not tell my brother I was putting my shirt on. So this just happened. I mean, we planned it when we first got the shirts for the first, but this was not planned. And look at us.
Well, I was wearing a undershirt. I was like, I'm not going to wear that on air, so The shirt was right there on the pillow. Grabbed it, put it on. There we go. However,
And they're clean.
And they're clean, yes. But like I said, if you want to buy some merch, as you see on the banner down below on your screen, that's where you can go and get some merchandise. There'll be more coming.
We have plenty right now.
And
but
for those that have and for those that have purchased, we say thank you. And
they'll be
to
there.
our latest subscriber that puts us at 176, we say thank you. We appreciate it.
I thanked him personally. He subscribed where I was at.
Oh, wow.
So I thanked him personally. And so if he's watching right now, brother, again, thank you. And like I told you, you will not be disappointed. And please, please, please look at the A7FL that starts next week. Like I told you, you will definitely not be disappointed.
Which, folks, that is a week from today.
That's what I said. A week from today. Yes.
A week from today. Yes.
And you will get, and like we say, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to see these faces on a weekly basis. A7 is picking up. Spring football is picking up. A lot of football things are picking up. As my brother would say, this is our peak time of the year right here. This is where we ramp up. And also, the good old sound of baseball will be coming around too. So, you're going to hate us but love us because we're coming. Bigger and better things.
So, yeah. So, here we go. So, we're going to pick up from the 6th of what's gone on in the NFL with this legal tampering stuff. And then we'll get to the stuff that has happened today. But going back to the 6th, now, we already know that Christian Kirk was acquired by the Texans in a trade for a second-round draft pick. What we didn't know was Jack leased Evan Ingram, Devin Duvernay, Josh Reynolds, and Ronald Darby. So it looks like the Jaguars are trying to clean up some cap space.
Also, real quick, shout out to the Raiders for extending or re-signing Adam Butler to a 3-year deal worth of $16.5 million with $11 million guaranteed. That man earned that contract. He played on 2 one-year deals and outperformed both of those contracts both years. So shout out to Spy Tech and the Raiders organization for giving that man a well-deserved contract, and he's going to be a pillar in the middle with Christian Wilkins. Sorry, brother. I just want to get that in real quick. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. Well, and we'll get to Joe Smith rejoining Pete Carroll in Las Vegas in a few moments. So, yes. Bobby Wagner re-signs with the Commanders, 1-year deal, $9.5 million.
I like it.
Tutu Atwell re-signed with the Rams, 1 year, $10 million. Vikings re-signed Theo Jackson, 2 years, $12.6. Tommy DeVito resigns with the Giants. Hey, Tommy DeVito back in New Jersey. Hey, Mitch Morse, longtime Bill, played with the Jaguars this past season, retires from the league after a very long, solid career.
Yeah.
Bears re-signed Josh Blackwell to a 2-year deal. Commanders also re-signed Zane Gonzalez, 1 year, $1.17 million deal. Bears re-signed I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name. 2-year deal, $5 million. Bears also signed Durham Smythe to a 1-year deal. Seahawks re-signed Josh Joby. Colts release Raekwon Davis. Texans re-signed Kurt Hinish to a 1-year deal, $1.8 million. Bills release punter Sam Martin. Liam McCullough signs a 4-year deal to stay in Atlanta. That was on the 6th. Now, on Friday, Titans re-signed DeAndre Colburn to a 1-year deal. Titans re-signed Otis Reese to a 1-year deal. Commanders placed in the restricted free tender on running back Chris Rodriguez. The Lions re-signed Anthony Pittman, linebacker, to a 1-year deal. Cardinals re-signed Joey Blunt to a 2-year deal. Cardinals also re-signed long snapper Aaron Brewer to a 1-year deal. Giants re-signed linebacker Tom Fox. Chiefs placed tenders on punter Matt Ariza and guard Mike Caliendo. Buccaneers also placed a tender on Kavion Merriweather. Panthers placed a tender on center Cade Mays for $3.3 million. Niners claim Trey Tomlinson off of waivers. Bengals re-sign Tanner Hudson to a 1-year deal. As expected, the Raiders released longtime center Andre James. Chargers released Gus Edwards. Texans released Shaq Mason. Lions re-sign Derek Barnes to a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. And yee! Titans release Harold Landry, but Harold Landry went to go join Mike Vrabel in New England. We'll get
Smart.
to that.
Makes
We'll
sense.
get to that. We'll get to that contract deal in a second. Bills re-signed Terrell Bernard to a 4-year, $50 million deal.
Oh, boy.
And the Buccaneers, much to the happiness of the crew, Big Oos and Country K, Levante David re-signing for a 1-year, $10 million deal to remain with the only team he's ever known, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But how did you we were on the Bills. How did you forget about the contract they just gave to their fucking star quarterback?
We're getting to that. We're going through
okay.
else.
So I'm skipping it. Mr. Brooks, brother.
Yeet. The Commanders released Jonathan Allen, and just talked about Geno Smith reuniting with the man that gave him the self-confidence, and it's shown the last 3 seasons. Geno Smith will be
I love that whole interview of what he said. He said, that man taught me how to talk to myself.
Yeah.
Listen to what that man said. Let me repeat that. Pete Carroll taught Geno Smith how to talk to himself better. That's huge. But go ahead, brother. That's huge. I'm sorry. That's huge.
But he is traded to from the Seahawks to the Raiders for a 3rd-round pick, and it seems like the Seahawks are going into a straight rebuild because now, as
Tyler Lockett's gone.
Tyler Lockett's gone. DK Metcalf is now a Pittsburgh Steeler.
They still don't have a quarterback.
Well, I mean, they might acquire one now when you have George Pickens and Freiermuth and DK Metcalf.
They will want to because they have the weapons. They just need the person to deliver the ball.
Correct. All right. So, Bills. Now this is on March 8th. As for those that don't know, we're going through the signings of the tampering situation, which officially starts tomorrow, or basically.
But let's explain to the.
If you're in the East Coast, basically if you're in the East Coast, just no. What this means is they can agree to a deal, but they officially cannot sign it until Wednesday the 12th. That's when the new league year officially starts.
Unless you were a player who was released from a team, which you have the right. That's why you're seeing the reason why Devontae Adams signed with the Rams. The reason why you see because they got flat out released from their team. They're not restricted free agents. They are released from the team to go sign elsewhere. So that's the reason difference from a tampering player who is still a restricted free agent or who's like it's the NFL has so much stupid language in their shit that, you know, we'll just deliver to you what we can. But I just want to say the difference between the reason why certain players have to wait till Wednesday per se to sign instead of the reason why you see certain players signing right now.
To officially sign on the dotted line,
Yeah.
All right, so here's what happened on Saturday night. Bills re-signed long snapper Reed Ferguson to a 4-year deal. Giants re-signed tight end Chris Manners to a 1-year deal. Giants also re-signed their punter to a 10-year, $10.2 million.
Tell us how you really feel.
Tight end Tommy Trimble to a 2-year deal, $16 million deal. Panthers re-signed lineman Austin Covert to a 1-year deal. Lions re-signed Marcus Davenport to a 1-year deal with $4.75 million. Bengals re-signed Mike Gesicki, 3 years, $25.5 million.
Huge.
Commanders also bring back Zach Ertz, 1 year, $6.25 million. Chiefs will bring back Hollywood Brown for 1 year, even though he played like 2 games, but he gets a 1-year deal worth $11 million to try to go back again. But also now this is a very good signing by the Bills. Big Greg Rousseau signs a 4-year deal worth $80 million. He has been a very good defender for the Bills since he was drafted from Little Big Brother's favorite college team. But he's been solid. He's been handsomely paid for by the Bills. And also for the Ravens, which is a very good news for King Henry and Lamar Jackson. Ronnie Stanley staying in Baltimore for a 3-year deal worth $60 million.
Woo! Hey.
And now here's what happened today on the 9th of March. Vikings re-signed punter Ryan White for a 1-year deal worth $1.75 million. Cowboys re-signed Marquise Bell to a 3-year deal worth $12 million. Commanders also re-signed tight end John Bates, 3-year deal. The Niners, as expected, released Malik Collins. Patriots re-signed Austin Hooper, 1 year worth $5 million deal. Well, if you need a pass rusher, Zadarius Smith is available. The Lions did release him today, so Zadarius Smith will find a new home. Definitely can still help. Big signing for the Chiefs. They re-signed linebacker Nick Bolton to a 3-year deal with $45 million, which certainly helps the Chiefs. He's been
I don't watch my mouth on my own show.
Chris Jones. Here we go. Here we go. Broncos will re-sign Jared Stidham to a 2-year deal with $12 million to back up Bo Nix. Cardinals re-signed
Good for Stidham.
Browning, 2-year deal, $50 million. Yeah, 2 years, $50 million. Cardinals re-signed linebacker Baron. As mentioned earlier in the show, Mizzle's Raiders re-signed Adam Bullock to a 3-year deal with $16.5 million. As he just said, 11.5
I love it.
guaranteed.
Love it. He earned it.
Seahawks re-signed Ernest Jones to a 3-year deal with $33 million.
He earned that contract too.
For the Falcons, Jake Matthews staying in Atlanta, 2 years, $45 million extension. Good for him.
Is that part of the Matthews tree?
Football. He is part of the Clay Bruce Matthews. Yes, he is.
Okay, solid player then.
Yes. Vikings re-sign Aaron Jones, 2 years, $20 million deal. Also, if you need a situational pass runner, Von Miller is available. The Bills release him.
I think he'll re-sign back with the Bills.
You think so?
I just think it was contractual. Yeah.
Contract thing?
Yeah, I think it was contract thing. Yeah.
It very well could be. Chiefs re-signed guard Trey Smith to 1-year deal with $23.4 million. As we just talked about, Harold Landry, 3-year deal, $45 million. And he wanted out, but somehow they kissed and made up as the Browns restructured Myles Garrett deal.
Stop it. There was no kissing and making up. Money talks. Bullshit
Like
walks.
I said, the Browns kissed and made it up to him.
Yeah. Money fucking talks.
I said what I said.
As JP was said, he guaranteed himself no rings. When you sit here and get on national TV and you sit here and say that you want to go to a winner, you want to go to Canton as a Hall of Famer and a winner.
Well, you can still get to Canton.
Well, I don't think he's gonna get a ring.
Anyway.
Especially not with look here. It will take Mike Tomlin hardball to fucking retire before I even think they can. But then again, the North is so hard.
It is. It's
a tough division. So hard. Living room, hang a fucking star on that one. Yes. His bank account is now in the Hall of Fame. Why though? Just check it out. But here's the thing. You know who bank account's gonna be bigger than that? Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Just like how long did it take? We know this business. The market was set when Max Crosby signed his deal. Garrett went to them and was like, you want me to stay? I need more than him. He got 120 something 0.5 guaranteed.
123 million, if I'm not mistaken.
123.5.
I believe so.
That's an average of 40 million a year.
Correct. And then Josh Allen said, hold my beer.
He said he did more than hold the fucking beer.
The reigning MVP of this league said, hold it.
Hold more than a beer. I'm going to need you to hold my beer. I'm going to need you to hold all the cameras and look at my fine-ass fiance as we get married. You ready to watch this MVP? Because I walked in that building.
He said, Bills Mafia, get the tables.
I'm here for 6 more years, which is an extension. Listen to that. That means he had more years on his contract. They extended him, and it was a 6-year extension, if I'm not lying, right, brother? It was 6 years?
6 years. $330 million to the 2030 season. But
What was
hold
the
on,
guarantee?
folks.
What's
Hold
the
on,
guarantee?
folks.
Tell them the guarantee.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I got it.
Hit the microphone. Yes. Congratulations.
$250 million of that is guaranteed.
That's
I'm gonna
more
say
half
that-
of the contract.
I'm
Now,
going to
living
say that
room,
again.
I heard you say that Myles Garrett bank account in the Hall of Fame. Josh Allen bank account just said, "Little big brother, sit your ass down. Sit down." What was the guarantee again, my brother? They didn't hear you in the nosebleeds.
$250 million. I just want 2% of that.
Bro, I just want a meal. It's a meal. I can still pay off the credit and stuff, the debts that I got. Well, I ain't got many debts, just like bills. With a meal, I can pay off my bills and still be good. Probably even buy a mini mansion with that and still be good. 2, bro, he can retire right now. There's no point to play football. When certain players get paid like that, the desire to win a championship just goes right out the fucking window. You just put $250 million in my damn bank account. Why do I need to go out here and play this game of football?
2% of that? Nah, I said I wanted 2% of that.
Yes.
2% of that $250 million is $5 million.
And all I said is I wanted a meal. So I'm undercutting myself.
You just want...
You want $5 million. I just want a meal.
I just said 2%, whatever 2% of that was. If it's $5 million, I'm not going to say no to it.
Of course you would.
Like, if I get that, I'm like, pack the bags. We're going to the islands right the hell now.
If I get that type of money and y'all all get one big text message, meet me at, look, you go to the International in Vegas, but anybody that's close to the destination, if I say meet me at SMF, don't ask me no questions, just show up. And if I say don't bring clothes, that even says something even bigger. Just show up. And then if I got enough, then we'll get back on track. If I have enough, I'm going to find a plot of land. I'm build my own freaking thing for everybody in my family.
The own Batcave. The own Avengers Tower, if you will.
Exactly. Zelly, 100%. 100%. And oh, by the way, since you're watching, brother, I sent you my info in Messenger. So when you out here, hit me. I'll try, even if it's
okay.
A day that I'm working, I'll try to move some stuff around, brother.
Now,
yes,
as
Zelly,
mentioned,
building my own compound for my family. And damn it, you got to be
Harold Landry, 3 years. Harold Landry going to play with Mike Vrabel in New England, 3 years, $45 million. As mentioned earlier, Devontae Adams, 2 years, $46 million to catch balls from Matthew Stafford. Then DK Metcalf, who did say he wanted to go to a warm weather country, but
money talks.
One of the best organizations in professional sports says we'll give you $150 million for 5 more years. And DK said sold. So DK Metcalf will be wearing that black and yellow or that black and gold.
They sold him without a quarterback.
That part.
Unless they said
so that will be the question. With the question that remains, who will be taking steps at quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers? I don't think the Steelers want Russ back.
They're not even taking Russ or Justin Fields. That's what I'm reading and hearing. Neither one of them coming back.
Yeah, because and also Sam Darnold will not be returning to the Vikings. So could it be Sam Darnold in Pittsburgh? We
Nope.
don't know.
Nope. You about to see him twice a year, brother.
You think he's going to Seattle?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think Seattle's gonna go hard. I think Seattle's gonna go hard on him to get him to come to the Midwest, not the Midwest, but up north.
The Pacific Northwest?
Pacific Northwest. I think that's where he's gonna go.
Again, but other than Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, who he's going to throw the ball to? Because 2 of your top receivers are now gone.
That's not my issue to figure out. I'm just telling you where I think he's gonna go.
Hey,
I hear what you said. I hear what you saying.
Hey.
And if you enigma, you like. I mean, he can clearly take over, but he had nice pieces around him. He had Lockett, Metcalf.
Yeah.
All he had to do is just run routes.
He's still a great talent, but now we will see if he can be a true number one because, like
that's
I said,
what he is now. That's exactly what he is right now.
It is now on him.
Yep.
Absolutely. But earlier you were talking about the Als are now going to the association. But yes, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this, folks. They're not going to win the title. Cup's a free agent, or
are they going to trade him? We can't finish off the. We can't go to the association yet. We didn't talk about Devontae Adams.
But now you would have to think he is gone because
we didn't talk about the Geno trade. But Devontae Adams signing with the Rams on a 2-year deal. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because you just re-signed Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just re-signed Tutu Atwell. You still got Puka Nacua. You still got Tyler Higbee at tight end. You still got Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. Mm-hmm. The Rams for the next couple of years can do some things in the NFC. And as a Niner fan, if you put Cooper Kupp with Amon-Ra St. Brown, with the way those two run routes, Williams is going to feast downfield when Goff decides to go deep. That's not even mentioning him the ball, and that's not even mentioning him the ball to Sonic in the backfield.
That's
because I don't think
that's dirty work.
Because I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think Knuckles is coming back. So pretty much that becomes Jahmyr Gibbs' backfield now, which he proves he can be a number one every down back because he was showing it in Montgomery's absence when Montgomery was recovering from his injury.
Just by his movement running out the backfield as well. But yeah, Zelly, you speaking some good stuff right there. That would be, but Kupp would have to be traded to the Lions unless they flat out release him, and then he could go get there. But right now he's still. But they already said that they're going to work. Considering
that Brad Holmes came from the Rams, and I'm pretty sure him and Les Snead have a very good relationship.
Agreed.
So it wouldn't surprise me if Les Snead would do Brad Holmes a solid. That wouldn't surprise me, not one bit.
Yeah, especially do right by Kupp. Send him to a good situation.
Yeah.
The Rams, that would be a nice that's nasty. That's pretty bad. But wait, you did mention Geno Smith getting traded to the Raiders, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, but we didn't say Devontae Adams. Did we say Devontae Adams?
Well, we mentioned Devontae.
I think I mentioned it, but I didn't think we talked about it. That's what.
Well, like I said, it makes sense for the diva to be in Hollywood.
Yeah, you did say that.
So if you want some acting jobs, that can happen.
Hey, you know what? He can damn sure go do a movie with LeBron because that flop he did against the Celtics, Academy Award, man. Just get that motherfucker the Oscar right now. All awards. You know what? If they want to clean this game up, that right there, because everybody in the world saw that shit. Find his ass. You know, that shit needs to be start happening. I'm over it. His nickname ain't Lil Flop for no reason, and that's a damn good reason. The reason why his name is Lil Flop, right there. That elbow was not nowhere near where he was reaching at. It's too much acting. Play ball.
Play ball? What's that?
Well, and number 3, San Francisco, the Dons beat Washington State 86-75 in the WCC Championship quarterfinal. Go Dons!
And they get Gonzaga on tomorrow in the semifinals. Oh baby!
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. And I'm off tomorrow too. Let's go.
That's gonna be a damn good one.
St. Mary's and Pepperdine is gonna be nice too.
Well, with the way Pepperdine trying to play this upset special,
right?
I mean, they beat St. Mary's. So I mean,
no, they beat Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, that's right. I'm sorry.
They're playing St. Mary's. That's right. Gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
And again,
I mean, the WCC basketball tournament really never disappoints. It really doesn't.
It's facts. I did not know Pepperdine was down in Southern California. I thought Pepperdine was it. I've mentioned this on a previous show before too, but I thought Pepperdine, just the name Pepperdine, it just seems like it's a Eastern kind of team. But I had to go pick up right. I had to go pick up an employee from the airport when I was down in Southern California doing my glazing job. And I drove past the college. I'm like, and I believe when I found out, I hit you like, bro, is Pepperdine in Southern California? And that's when you're like, yeah. I'm like, ain't that a?
Yeah, man,
this was a few years back too, so this is not nothing like new. Well, it is kind of new, but it was a few years back that I hit it. I did not know. That's crazy. That's going to be a good one. Pepperdine, St. Mary's.
MIT of the West, Pepperdine. Well, yeah, I mean, you do have to be smart to go to that school. I mean,
100%.
They do rely on their brains.
On their GPAs, yeah. Yeah.
Just like they do in Stanford.
Definitely Stanford for sure. You just ain't rolling up to Stanford. Damn about your athletics. Yeah.
Please explain.
I'm loving that everybody is starting to see that he can play. He is. I don't want to say this, and I'm no way disrespecting Klay Thompson when I say this, but when Klay Thompson wanted to go, Jimmy Butler is that replacement. He plays defense, but the difference is Jimmy can bring the ball up, and Jimmy's just a different basketball player, and we ain't even got playoff Jimmy yet. So that's what I tell people. If the Warriors sneak into the playoffs, which I think they will, now you get playoff Jimmy. And if anybody's seen and know anything about Jimmy Butler in the playoffs, he can really put a team on his back. He's done it. It's been proven.
But look at it like this. Okay, so Houston's starting to leak some oil, even though they've won 2 straight. Memphis is starting to leak some oil. The Warriors could possibly go from 6 to 4.
It's when they're grasped, and I don't expect them to go on. I don't expect them to go on this run. They're going to lose a game. A game is coming. They're going to lose. It's just because that's part of sports. You're going to lose.
Yeah.
But with that loss, I guarantee you they will go back on another winning streak. Wardell is playing some of the unbelievable most basketball that I've seen this young man play, and he's getting feisty, and I like it. He ain't taking shit from nobody because that's 2 games in a row that these teams tried to pull on Superman's cape, and he didn't put their asses to bed in both games. Stop playing with him. Jimmy Butler has brought something to this team. They're a little edgy now, and it's just not. Don't roast me, but he makes Steph better. No, that's so. Before I even read the comment, Zelly, that's where I was getting. Jimmy brings that. He brings. Let's hear. Remember what he did in Minnesota? Does anybody that's been watching or knows anything about what he did? The reason why Minnesota got rid of him because he took the B squad team and beat the starting five and talked shit. Jimmy Butler is a basketball player, and that's what you want on your team. I'll take a Jimmy Butler any day on my team, especially when he's engaged. Not what he pulled off to get out of Miami. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying what he did was right. But he felt uncomfortable. He wasn't happy. A player has a kind of a way to the right. If I'm not happy where I'm at, I have the right to not, even though he's under contract and I suck, because that's what me and my brother always say, honor your contract. But if you're not happy and it's not working right out for you, that's how it goes. He's happy now.
Daryl, have you not seen Quentin Close play?
And he can shoot the three. It reminds me of Bogut a little bit. I'm not saying that Post is Bogut, but what I'm saying is when they have that one big man, Quentin Post can hit the three. He can bring the ball up court.
Okay.
Thank you, Zelly.
Days of the traditional be in the elbow, be in the post center are long gone.
Done.
Most centers in today's NBA are stretching. Fives.
Yep. I like that, Zelly. I like that. Because David Lee could ball.
Yeah. David Lee was 20 and 10 for a long time.
See, tell him, cuz. And Dub, last night, what I tell you when the starting lineup came out and I looked on the floor, I said, oh shit. Quentin Post got the start. And by the way, Kuminga's on his way back. Love to see what Steve Kerr is going to do when Kuminga gets back real healthy and this team is at full-fledged.
Minutes are going to get tough because, damn it, Guy Santos might become the new favorite in Dub Nation with the way he's been playing.
And wait, it depends on how Pod's injury is going on right now because with his back. So
yeah, because and Pods has been playing well.
He's been impressive too. That's what Jimmy Butler does. He elevates everybody around him. You know, and if pay attention to this also, Steph Curry has been playing less minutes in the fourth quarter.
He's been getting a lot of rest.
Thank you. That's big. Oh boy. This whole show is about to take a little dramatic change here for a second because Miss Jody and Zelly are both watching the show and she says something about the time. At the same time.
No.
No, Moses. Hey, when Moody's on the court, the Warriors
don't mess with Moody's minutes. Don't do that.
His minutes when he's on the court, the Warriors are winning at a 93% chance. 93% of the games when he's having when he's starting.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Jody, I am as random as they come. Ask anybody that knows me. So
very. Post giving Loon the exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's and what's a good thing? The kids are
EJ,
getting
go to
good.
EJ, go to timeout.
I'm not worried about him right now.
Go to timeout.
What's going on is these kids are getting valuable moments right now, playing time. So when they get that playing time in the playoffs, you know, bro, this is the person that wanted LeBron to come play with the Warriors. Why do you take him serious when he talks about basketball? It just goes past out my ear now.
Oh, that's not good. Definitely get better, Miss Jody. Praying for you. Obviously, she is not happy that DK Metcalf is a Steeler.
Yeah, well, I told you he was not going to be there. You didn't want to listen. And people don't hear that, Zelly. They don't want to hear that. Like I said, he wanted LeBron to be traded to the Warriors. I don't listen to that. Will never be my GM. And
Well,
do you know that we don't? Do you know that we won't? We didn't win a championship if it wasn't for Looney. What is? You will never be my GM. You will never ever fire. And Zelly with the praying for my arch nemesis. Oh, the feel good with the burn.
Zaylee, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, I don't know what you own right now, but be thou removed in Jesus' name. Zelly.
Wow.
Looney has got 3 of the 4 rings.
Wow.
He's got 3 of the 4 rings. At least 2 for sure, but he's got 3 of the 4.
And you call yourself a Warrior fan.
If Looney, okay. Jesus. Go watch the film on the 2022 NBA Finals and see how many key rebounds Looney got in that series.
He ain't hearing it. He don't hear you. He ain't hearing you. He don't want to hear you. I don't know. See, stick to football, cuz basketball ain't your you over here trying to be like Charles Barkley right now.
This is terrible. Okay.
Cool. That's your opinion. And that's why you do media stuff.
How about you?
You're not a head coach.
How about you go nurse LeBron's going back to health? How about that? He's going to need some company on the couch.
I can't take you serious with sports, cuz I'm serious. I'm sorry. I love you to death, but when it comes to certain subjects that we talk about, yo, stick to holding the camera. I don't know what you see and what do you don't like about him? Oh, brown and brawny soft too. All right. Don't let LeBron be reading this. He'll approach you like he did Stephen A. Smith.
I don't know.
I'm taking Jimmy. I'm still taking Jimmy because Jimmy plays more defense than Luka.
Yeah, it's the defensive presence that Jimmy Butler has added to this team. Okay. It's one thing to have to deal with Draymond Green's feistiness on defense.
Yep.
Now you got to deal with Jimmy Butler's feistiness. So that's 2 feisty guys in the front court that you have to deal with. And not to mention, and there's the one element that not a lot of people have talked about since Jimmy Butler's got there. He gets to the free throw line.
Something that no other Warrior player has ever got. The last time we had that, we had KD. And you see when KD was there,
that's
the free throw line.
Well, that's only because Wardell can't get no calls.
No.
It's not that Wardell's not trying to get to line. He just does not get no calls. Like, how does a 4-time champion, former finals MVP, and a former 2-time MVP get no damn calls?
Unanimous one year.
The only unanimous MVP in the history of the association, but can't get no calls.
But you quick to give him a technical for it because everybody pulling on his coattail.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. He'll just shoot your eyes out. And you know what? To a degree, the Warriors should have lost that game in Brooklyn. But the biggest mistake Brooklyn made, how do you not guard the inbound shooter when the inbound shooter is Steph fucking Curry?
It's not surprising that he makes that shot before the halftime, but you're just like, how does he make that shot? It's like you're not shocked that he does it, but you're just like, this light skin just turn around, throws it up, and Bob Fitzgerald had the perfect call of that shot. He said, "Oh, come on." That's all. That's really all you can say is just come on, man.
Do you remember the quote that somebody said? I believe it was his first time playing in Madison Square Garden. I think it was the 50 burger that he went off.
The 54.
And I believe the one player said, I don't think he was looking at the rim when he threw up, looking at the basket when he threw up that shot. Like he was dribbling and he just threw it up. And I'm like, I don't believe he was looking. I'm like, I can believe that. It's Steph Curry. One thing I like what Stephen A. say, the best shooter that God is ever created. He's ridiculous. And he's going to finish his career as a Warrior. I don't see him going nowhere. Nowhere. He will wear that jersey until he wants to quit.
Man just went over the 25,000 point mark. And
you know what? Most of those points were 3-pointers. Did you see the video I sent you? How it went from 1,000, 2,000. Most of them was jump shots, mid-range, and a few layups here and there and a couple of dunks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one free throw.
Mm-hmm. Now, again, I will say this again. I'm not saying they're winning the title, but I will say this. The Pistons,
they're going to make us. This is going to be fun.
The Pistons are going to be a tough out in the Eastern Conference because they
from where they started and where they are now, they were at one time the laughing stock of the NBA because I think they had 9 wins at one time, and then they went on that massive winning streak and stuff started to click.
And Cade Cunningham is I know some people are trying to call him a bust, but Cade Cunningham is it has turned to a full-fledged star now, and it's just a shame that Ivy's not there, because if he is there, oh boy, they really could cause some trouble. But
I need you not to speak that blasphemy on this show, cousin.
He is trolling hard tonight.
Very hard. He looking to get the I ain't gonna post what he say on here and just ignore him. He getting there.
But scores tonight in the association. Hold on. Unfortunate news for the Rockets. Amin Thompson is out 10 to 14 days with an ankle injury, which is not good for Houston at all.
Miss Jody ain't happy about that.
No, I'm pretty sure she's not. In addition with her Sagoon rants. But the Thunder beat... Okay, first off. Now we talk about Steph Curry being ridiculous. Nikola Jokic seems to be bored playing basketball. Basketball is his hobby, and tending the horses is his passion and his love. But the fact is, the man got a 30, 20, 20 triple-double. Something that not even Wilt Chamberlain's done.
Magic ain't even did that shit. Bro. When I sent you that, I'm like, just look at the stats. That's all I can say. Just look at the stats.
And the fact that he's the... Wilt Chamberlain got out of bed being a triple-double machine.
Easy.
Same with Oscar Robertson, the great
Easy.
Video. Okay?
You can even throw in there, you can throw Westbrook in there because I think he averaged a triple-double that one whole season, so throw his name in there.
Even though he likes to wear what he likes to wear, which I don't know why, but hey, that's to each his own. But
blame the stylist.
Oh, that too. And blame your crew for telling you that Ish looks whack. But for him to be the first man in the history of the National Basketball Association, which goes back to the year of 1946.
Yikes.
Nearly 80 years ago. And he's the first to do a 30, 20, 20 triple-double. That is asinine insane.
Wow. for a person that didn't give a damn about his
That part,
MVP.
Zelly. That part. Exactly. This man is probably thinking about tending his horses while he nonchalantly throws the ball from half court and hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
This is a man that didn't care about his finals MVP award. He left it. He left it.
Man wanted to go back to his horses. You want to be like, I want to tend the horses, George.
Basketball is his hobby. Like my
It's
brothers.
a hobby.
It's
a hobby he's getting paid for, but his passion is I want to raise up some thoroughbreds.
And wait,
on my ranch.
Didn't one of his horses win the whole thing, the Kentucky Derby, one year? I think so. It's crazy. The man is ridiculous.
But I mean, he slowly might be becoming the best big man of all time, which is
Agreed.
ridiculous.
And I don't think anybody that talks about basketball would disagree with you with that.
And it's hard because I mean, for the longest time, Hakeem Olajuwon's been my number one center of all time for a long time. And I'm like this close to perhaps putting the Joker up there in that echelon with the Dream.
You wouldn't. I wouldn't hate you for that.
And again, I've always said Hakeem Olajuwon had the greatest footwork of any center that's ever played the game. And unfortunately, if his body would cooperate, Joel Embiid could easily be that, but his body just can't cooperate with him, which is sad and unfortunate.
He shouldn't have played in the Olympics.
Well, you've been saying that forever, and again, I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to say you're wrong because I mean you're absolutely right. Because I mean, for some, they need that rest, especially if you are a big guy that's had a history of knee and feet and foot issues.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Can't argue. Hey, Zilly's on fire tonight.
Who's gonna argue that?
Zilly's on fire tonight.
Because I dang sure am not going to argue that.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. Do you think he retired from basketball the moment he got drafted?
I'm pretty sure he's thinking about his horses then. But the Thunder do get the win over the Nuggets tonight. 127.
That was a tremendous game by the Thunder, though. They play good. They play good ball.
SGA cooked the Nuggets for 40. As the Thunder get win number 11 or win number 53, as they now put their mark to 53-11, and the Nuggets 29-4 at home in the friendly confines of Oklahoma City. As we know, the Nuggets, by way of the Lakers losing, spent his rookie bonus on
100%. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. And then he retired.
SGA, yeah, 40 from SGA, 26 from Jalen Williams, 14 from Holmgren, 10 from Hardenstein. As the Thunder get the win, 127-103 over Denver. Suns beat the Mavericks 107 or 125-116, but despite the fact that the Mavericks had just 7 players suited up tonight, which is unfortunate.
They fought that game. I watched that game. They fought in that game. That was tough. It was a good game.
But Suns get the win. Grizzlies beat the Pelicans in New Orleans 107-104. Ja had 32 to lead the way for Memphis as Memphis improves to 40-24. Good comeback here for the Grizzlies. Pelicans go to 17-48. And even Mizzle's beloved Sixers get a win at home over the Jazz 126-122. Getting their 22nd win of the year.
Ooh.
Walker, the fourth, scored 25. as the Sixers almost blew a 24 or 22-point lead. But,
Just shut down Maxey and Paul George and just let the kids play. There's nothing to play for right now. We're not. Don't play in, no nothing.
Well, I'll tell you this: Quentin Grimes continues to play good ball for Philadelphia. Actually,
agreed.
Maxey didn't play because of the back spasm, but really the bench
78 points.
Factor.
Was it 78 points?
Game, absolutely.
I think they scored 78 points.
Yeah, 25 from Walker, 10 from Darwin, 15 from Butler. Bona had 14. Council had 8. Reese had 6. Everybody. Only person that did not score for Philly was Yabusele. That was it.
And he can get off too.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, but 126, 122, Sixers get the one with the Jazz. The Cavaliers, another 14-game winning streak as they beat the Bucks in Milwaukee, 112-100. And here's an interesting stat that I did not know about the Bucks. The Bucks are 0-4 against the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference this year. Ooh. They have not beaten Boston, they have not beaten the Knicks, and they have not beaten Cleveland. That is wow.
Doc Rivers for you.
Oh, Glenn. Balanced scoring for the Cavaliers as Max Strus led the way with 17, 15 from the Spider. Garland had 13. Allen had 11. Mobley had 13.
Can we get a Boston, Cleveland, Eastern Conference Finals?
It can happen. It definitely can happen. Like I said, the only team I think in the East that could possibly add chaos or throw a wrench in there is the Knicks. I really believe that. I really truly
depends on Brunson.
That too. It depends on that man's ankle. Absolutely, you are absolutely 1,000% correct. But I would say the only team that would prevent a Cavaliers Celtics conference final would be the Knicks. But we'll see with the ankle of Brunson. Spurs lose to the Timberwolves 141-124. 141 is a team high for the Timberwolves as Rudy Gobert made his return. Anthony Edwards had 25 to lead the way for Minnesota as they get win number 39 or 37 on the year. And the Spurs go to 26-36. And the Pistons, after that heartbreaking of losing to the Warriors on Saturday, come back in the back-to-back and get the win over the Trailblazers in a rematch of the 1990 NBA Finals, 119-112. Simons had 34 lead away for Portland, but it was balanced scoring all over the place by the Pistons. Cunningham had 28, Tobias Harris had 20, Tim Hardaway Jr. had 13, Duran had 18, Beasley had 10 off the bench, Schroeder had 12 off the bench as the Pistons indeed get win number 36 on the year, and Portland falls to 20-37. And at the buzzer in overtime, Kawhi Leonard going with the left hand to get the win over the Kings in overtime, 110 or 111-110.
Fuck that Bing.
As Tyronn Lue did not even make the game as he was having back pains, and Oakland native. Yes, it was. It was an unexpected clutch 3, but it was a big 3, nonetheless made by Draymond Green, which is something you didn't expect him to take the shot.
Hey, every time he pulls up for 3, I'm like, I hold my breath. Like, bro, that's not really your game, bro. That is not your. That is.
But it was a big. But it was a big.
But when he does make them, they are huge, though. I'll say that.
But however, like I said, this Pistons team is really fun to watch.
They are.
Like I said, it is just a crying shame that Ivy is out for the season because him and Kay Cunningham, I really believe they could do some damage in the Eastern Conference Playoffs if they had Ivy. Like I said, JV Bickerstaff has done a fantastic job. In my opinion, he's the coach of the year, and that's taking nothing away from Kenny Atkinson, who was from the Warriors coaching staff that took the job in Cleveland, which we thought Kenny Atkinson would be a good coach. We definitely was not expecting him to have the record that he has now with the Cavaliers in his first year there. But like I said, it's been a very good team concept of basketball.
But what the Pistons have come from.
Yes.
the year before, the
Yes.
start of the season, and for it to be
Yes.
turned around. That's what coaching does. You found a problem and you made it better.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So yeah, win for the Clippers. They get their 35th win. So, what does that all mean for standings in the association? I'm glad you asked. So, as we know, playoff spot clinched by the Cavaliers. They will more than likely be the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. They have a record of 54-10. That's the best in the association. Number two is still the Celtics. They're 46-18. The Knicks are the 3 seed. They are 40-23. Now, here where it gets interesting in between 4, 5, and 6. Now, as it stands right now, Milwaukee is holding on to the 4 seed. They're 36-27.
mm-hmm.
However, Indiana's right there. One less win, but same amount of losses. Detroit, one more win than Indiana, but they're 2 back in the loss column because they have 29. But if Detroit continues to play well, they possibly can sneak up to get into the 5 or possibly the 4 seed in these playoffs.
And that will be dangerous.
That'll be very dangerous.
For any other team. Yeah.
So right now, if you're the play-in, it's the Hawks, the Florida teams, Miami and Orlando, and Steve's beloved Bulls, who he doesn't know why they always try to contend to go in the play-in game, but that's your play-in games right now.
That's just the level they're at right now. It's playing.
Is Hawks, Magic, Heat, and Bulls. So that's in the East. In the West, Thunder holding on to a 53-11 mark. The Lakers might do some slippage because LeBron James, they say he's out for 1 to 2 weeks with the groin. Right now, the Lakers are currently in the 2 spot with a 40-22 record. The Nuggets are right there. One more win than the Lakers, but in the loss column, Lakers up by a game with 23 losses. But now here's the Lakers' schedule. Now that LeBron's going to be out at least 1 to 2 weeks, they go to Milwaukee on Thursday.
That can take an L without him.
That's a TNT game. Then they go into the altitude in Denver to play the Nuggets.
Oh.
And don't think the Nuggets have forgotten about that ass one that they took in their home court a couple of weeks ago. And with the way, and heck, the Joker might get another 30-20-20 game with the way he's going. Then after that, they're back at home on Sunday the 16th, opening day for the A7. They're at home against the Phoenix Suns.
Ooh, that can go. That's up and down.
That's up and down. Now they are going to reschedule the game, which took the game that was supposed to take place back on January 11th, but did because of the fires. That's a makeup game with the Spurs that takes place on St. Patrick's Day, and then you got the Nuggets again in LA on the 19th. So that's a tough stretch for the Lakers coming up. So they could be.
What? They lose and the Warriors keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That remains to be seen, but that's what we got going on here.
Sorry, us Warrior fans, meaning me and my brother, we don't care about the Lakers. They can lose the rest of these games.
But one thing that we are excited about is there will be a Katie Taylor and an Amanda Serrano Part 3 in the ring.
Those ladies throw hands.
Yes. Leather will be thrown.
It may not finish. I mean, it may not go the distance. It may not go the distance.
He's saying somebody's getting knocked out.
I don't think that's going to go the distance.
All right. So, the WBC says they are not concerned with the TKO boxing promotion. That remains to be seen.
Until they start losing money.
So the New York State Athletic Commission says that the result between Tank and Lamont Roach will end in a majority draw, even though Tank took a knee in round 9.
Bruh, you and I know both that's horseshit.
Yeah. But again, this is the WBC we're talking about here, so...
I knew, look here. I already known the way boxing it is just by watching it by my age and watching it for as long as I've been able to watch television. But the moment that they host Manny Pacquiao in the fight,
Ladies and gentlemen, before you get to that thought, the Taylor Serrano fight will air live on Netflix on July 11th.
oh,
And here's the even sweeter part, folks. It is a all woman's fight card.
beautiful, beautiful. You won't. You're not getting no hate from me.
Now, I don't like the guy, but you know what? Kudos to Jake Paul for putting this together. It's under his promotions that is promoting this and having it streamed live on Netflix. So, Jake Paul, kudos to you, buddy. But yeah, this is an all women's card taking place January the 11th at Madison Square Garden.
Well, you said January 11th.
I'm sorry, July 11th. I'm sorry. July 11th at Madison Square Garden.
I like it, and the where it's taking place.
Mm-hmm.
That means a lot of ticket sales. I like it.
And
Get those
possibly your
paid.
guy, and possibly your guy might referee one of those fights, Mr. Willis. But yeah. So their rematch, which was on the Mike Tyson card on Netflix,
Which was a slugfest.
Which shattered records with 74 million average viewers globally,
Yep.
becoming the most watched women's sporting event in U.S. history. And
Let's go.
was named the 2024 Women's Fight of the Year by ESPN, and I'm not going to argue that not one iota, because
No, it was tremendous.
we even said on the show when we talked about, we said, could that be the main event, please?
It should have been. Them women was out there throwing, and you thought it was one way at one point. You're like, okay, but then she turned it up. I'm like, oh, okay, and then they both just start throwing. I'm like,
So,
okay, yeah,
it was like, damn it, where's Jim Lampley and Emmanuel Stewart when you need them? Because
Yes.
Manny would have been screaming like he did during Gotti Ward round 9 of their legendary first fight. Because Emmanuel doesn't normally raise his voice at all unless he's training. But the way Emmanuel Stewart was raising his voice in that fight between Gotti and Ward, the first one in round number 9 happened. Just go to YouTube, okay? I'm already overjoyed that Jim Lampley. I'm already overjoyed that Jim Lampley is returning to boxing.
You said the HBO crew. It's the HBO crew.
Yes, Max and Roy Jones join him, but I mean, just the fact that the voice of our childhood and our teens and our early adult years, is coming back to boxing.
On top of that, man, you get Max back. I can listen to Max talk boxing all day. Max knows his shit when it comes to the sweet science. I'll give him that, and it's great. When he had that television show on ESPN about boxing, yep, I tuned in.
Yeah, of all things, boxing layoffs, you're gonna lay off Max and Andre Ward, but keep Timothy Bradley, and don't get me wrong, Bradley was a good fighter. Tim Bradley was a good fighter. Desert Storm gave us some
Ducks
great
behind the
ring,
microphone,
but.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You need someone to compliment Tessitore because Tessitore likes to get excited.
Yes.
Max and Andre kind of gave that calming effect with Tess on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, if he happens to be on the side, my brother would text me like, Tim Bradley, shut up. Like, he cannot stand Timothy Bradley.
Yeah. Nope.
I'll say it like this, folks. I'll say it like this, folks. Timothy Bradley sometimes makes you want to get Larry Merchant to be back in the booth.
I will take him right now in a heartbeat over Tim Bradley.
Jim, wait about 10 minutes. This fight
Nope, that's too. That was too quick. I didn't go make my sandwich yet.
Oh,
But we miss him though.
yeah. I mean, the quote is Larry Merchant simply being Larry Merchant. That Larry Merchant
Larry
is
Merchant's the greatest.
he is one of a kind.
One of the greatest.
And I mean, the man knows
When
the
you
sport.
when you think Lampley, you think Merchant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just hand in hand.
Yes.
And like you said, you know, Jim.
But I mean, like I
Man,
said,
you gonna say something? I can go use the bathroom real quick. Go make a sandwich too.
he is a Hall of Famer.
Yes. Oh,
94 years old. God bless him.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, he has been doing it for. He has been doing it for a long time.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Bro, we got March Madness about to kick off here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, for the women's already kicked off, but not for the men yet.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Am I reading this correctly?
Excuse me?
Hold on something. Hold on. Oh, that was many moons ago. Okay, my bad. I was like, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
We're good. Okay. Okay. Oh, good.
What you got for the people?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Go back, I said.
Did Drake just beat Mission Valley? Okay.
Ooh.
Winthorpe. Let's see. Winthorpe is. Did they beat the number one Big South Championship game? Winthorpe number 3 versus High Point 1. Oh, but it looked like High Point was like, nah, bruh. Take that back seat. That's why we the number one
Well,
seed.
as much as it sucks, Kevin Keats, who last year took the NC State Wolfpack to the Final Four,
Mm-hmm.
has been fired after 8 seasons as the Wolfpack
Oh.
struggled this past season. But certainly, like I said, does not take away what he did um, this past season. Um, he took over in 2017, led them to the tournament. Um, but again, like I said, I saw this team last year, and they turned it on. They got to the Final Four for the first time since 1903, which is quite the run. But he is let go at NC State after 8 seasons. Florida State hires their new basketball coach as the great Leonard Hamilton got his 200th ACC win in his final game as Florida State head coach. Um, right now, it looks like Luke Locks, who was assistant on the Kings staff,
Oh.
34 years old, signed the 5-year deal to be the new Seminoles head coach of the basketball program, and he'll be introduced in Tallahassee on Monday.
Also, shout out to Eddie George. Bowling
Yes,
Green.
Bowling Green coming to Big
5-year
Time.
contract.
Yeah, good for him.
Exactly.
High Point gets his first, as Mizzle just mentioned, getting his first title, getting their NCAA berth with a Big South title.
So that's their that's their bid in, right?
That is their automatic bid in by winning the tournament. Yes.
Yep.
Omaha wins the Summit League tournament championship with a win over St. Thomas, Minnesota, in the Summit League. As St. Thomas Mavericks will be in the tournament for the first time since transitioning to D1 play in 2011. So good for them. What a great story. In the regular season, Michigan State beat Michigan 79-2. Of course, as we know, Michigan State already won the national championship. don't need stats. I want scores.
Yes.
The scoreboard. That's what I want. I want the scoreboard now.
You must do it.
Do it now. All right, so here was the scoreboard that went down today. Washington and San Francisco, the Dons get the win, 86-75.
Let's go, Dons.
Townsend beat Drexel in the CAA championship, 82-76. In the Parrot League, Navy punching their ticket to the NCAA tournament as they beat Bucknell, 83-77. In the Premier League championship, Iowa and Nebraska. Iowa beats Nebraska. FAU, another darling from the tournament a few years ago, beat East Carolina 81-53. In overtime, Rutgers beat Minnesota 75-67. In the Patriot League semifinals, American beats Colgate 72-62. In the ASUN championship, Linscomb beats North Alabama 75-76. Temple beats North Texas 66-61. Tulane beats UAB's 85-68. Tulsa beats Wichita State 73-63. As mentioned, Drake, not Aubrey, beats Bradley 63-48 in the MVC tournament finals, so Drake gets the automatic bid there. In the quarterfinals, Delaware beats WNM 178. That was in the CAA quarterfinals. And in overtime, in the conference, Oregon beats Washington 80-73 in overtime. Still weird to see those guys in the Big Ten. In the semifinal, Chattanooga loses to Furman 80-77 in overtime. Texas San Antonio beats Charlotte 83-80. UNC Wilmington beats Hampton 79-65. In the Southland tournament first round, Texas beats Ho Christian 648. Arkansas State beats South Alabama in the Sun Belt semifinals 74-71. Wolford beats VMI 85-65. Northern
I like that name, Wolford.
Wolford, WOFFORD.
Right?
In the Big
Wolford.
Sky second round, North Carolina beats Weber State 76-52. Charleston beats Mammoth 79-78 in overtime. And in the Southland tournament, NCR They Word beats Southern Louisiana 71-67 overtime in the first round of that. Pepperdine upset Santa Clara 78-76. Troy beats them in the Sun Belt semifinals 79-60. Omaha beats St. Thomas 85-75. And Montana beats Northern Arizona in the Big Sky second round 74-65. So today, with games all over the place, third round, second rounds, Big Sky Championship, Idaho against Portland State. In the Barbasol Horizon League, we got Youngstown against Cleveland State. Then that is all for your tournament needs on this.
Well, always good to know about what's coming up in the tournament. It's always good.
Yes, indeed. But a lot of things. Well, which, by the way, folks, tomorrow. Don't know what time yet, but tomorrow there will be a free agent talking-ish episode now that legal tampering is officially legal here.
Yes.
So me, Mizzle, and Chris will be back on the scene to talk about that, if you will. Don't forget Wednesday, the other side of the ball, as it is the last other side of the ball before the season starts. Talking about all things AWFL, of course. As mentioned, coming to you a week from today is indeed the 11th season of the Ace NFL. Of course, the ultimate question, what will the Eastern Conference do? What will the Northeast do to try to rebound and take back their crown? But there's a Wolfpack gang called the Insomniacs that are looking to make it and to three-peat. And
hey, there's a lot of teams getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think this might be a good competitive season.
Yes. And not to mention, we'll talk about it on the recap show here
on
the Mizzle and Dub Show YouTube channel. Also, don't forget, CUSN, brought to you by EJ. Also brought to you by EJ is Creative Brothers Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't forget Mondays on Javos TV. Any vibes with the world's greatest DJ Matt Sticks. Of course, every Tuesday and Friday, the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. The all pro Jaffos with DJ Matt Sticks, and the bad guy, JP, Josh, Perneda. Also,
Beautiful.
if you want to collaborate, make some
Oof.
beats, get with the super dope beat maker.
You heard the intro.
A lot of the music that you've heard on the show has come by way of that young man right then and there. So there's all the superlatives. So there you go. Any final thoughts before we put a bone wrap on this one, my guy?
Yeah, I would love your reaction knowing that there's about to be another Bosa on your sideline.
You want my reaction? This is what I'll give you. Yeah. Let's play for a guy that hasn't played a full season in 4 years. That if he makes one wrong move, he'll tear his upper lip like Anthony Davis did in Dallas.
That was perfect. But no, my final thought is I cannot wait to see what this free agency is going to be about. A lot of teams moving players, releases. Let's see how you're going to fill a hole. And this is perfect because now with the draft coming up here next month, this free agency is going to be pretty nice, especially. Yeah, that's mine. Just the free agency. I'm ready to see what this tamper is going to be about. Who's going to sign here? I know my Raiders are going to lose a few players, including Nate Hobbs. I think Trayvon Merrick might take another deal somewhere else. So it's going to be just interesting to see what's going to happen, and especially with you guys. I want to see where Greenlaw is going to go.
Yeah, I think that one's really going to hurt. Well, living room, I'll say this. Ovechkin scored another goal. He's now 9 away from the great.
Yeah, that's more important than what the trade deadline went down. I mean, there's a few moves here and there was made, but was it major? Major moves?
But I will say this. An original misfit does come back home for the Golden Knights as Riley Smith, traded from the Rangers, comes back to the Golden Knights. So a misfit that left comes back home. But for whatever reason, the Golden Knights just seem to struggle against the LA Kings, and I don't know why that is. But that's been an issue during the regular season, but that's here nor there. But
screw the Kings too.
It is. Well, but now they have to turn that into winning the cup. I mean, they've been knocking on the door the last few years, but now, well, the Panthers had to because Chuck's out for the regular season. Now they're hoping he might be back for the playoffs for the defense of the Panthers Stanley Cup, but I mean, we will see. A lot of times when you get in the Stanley Cup playoffs, all you need is a hot goalie because sometimes that hot goalie can carry you. We have seen it in years past. So
indeed.
Can't wait to see it. But folks, we appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us and leaving some comments.
Indeed.
Don't forget, yes, EJ, we know you love the Oilers and Connor David. We already know this.
Hey, if you're gonna rep your team, please spell it right. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Just kidding. Just kidding.
But nonetheless, don't forget, check out the Mizzle Dub Show website and our merch if you want some gear. If you want some babies like these, it's there.
And more. And also support the young man that does the music on here because he has a few T-shirts and items up there too. And there's also a combo shirt of the Mizzle and Dub Show and the producer show logo on there too. So yeah, check it out.
Once again, Mr. William Marshall, happy birthday, sir. Enjoy those shoes. Take care of them. Because those are you got to take care of those. But anyhow,
Definitely the Miles Morales.
thank you for joining us. As the road to WrestleMania continues.
Oof. I can't wait for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. It's gonna be oof.
That's going to be a dandy. But nonetheless, folks, thank you to everybody for joining in. And again, Miss Jody, feel better.
Please do. Please do.
Prayers are with you. And for Mizzle, I'm Dub. We will see you tomorrow on Talking Ish on this more of this legal tampering. It's 5 o'clock some damn where, and that deserves 4 letters, 4 syllables.
Yeet. We appreciate you guys.
Good night. Or good morning.
Night. Well, you know what? It's still Sunday, so it's a good
yes.
night.
Yes, it is. Oh!
Definitely appreciate it.